My name is Rami. I'm one of the founders at Kotn, and I had to travel 12,000 miles in 24 hours to save a Sehl. This is our work through failure story. It all began when myself and my two co-founders, Ben and Mackenzie, were living in New York and decided that, hey, I think we can do a white t-shirt better, as in a higher quality at a more affordable price point, and with proper ethics and sustainability behind it. I have no contacts in agriculture and cotton farming, anything like that, but I just kind of figured like, you know, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It's just like, yeah, all right, let's get on a plane, let's go to Egypt. My heritage and background is Egyptian, and spend 6 months living on the farms, understanding how Egyptian cotton is grown, and we were able over 6 months to create one single product, which was the crew neck white and black t-shirt. We put it out on the internet. I guess naively thought that, okay, all of a sudden there's gonna be a ton of sales and whatever it may be. And I remember like watching our back end and going like, oh, wow, look at all these sales, and just like, you know, our parents essentially buying. So we had a couple moments, I would say, that were early on kind of like pushed the business forward. We got an order from a big luxury retailer here in Canada. I remember them saying like, hey, I think we're booked for the season in terms of apparel, but baby does really well for us. Are you open to doing baby? And at the time, you know, we couldn't say no. So I said, yeah. And then like literally leaving the meeting, I'm like Googling like how to make baby clothes. I literally had no idea. So we had the baby onesies made in Egypt from Egyptian cotton. So we took this order and we had to design, source, manufacture, do QC, and deliver in about 4 weeks. At a lot of these luxury retailers, they have a cancel by date. So that means if it is a minute past the date they give you, they won't take the order, they won't pay for it, they won't do anything. The day before it was supposed to ship, a plane accident happened in Egypt, and they shut down all cargo from all flights leaving Egypt, and thinking like, okay, this is very tragic news, and not really relating the accident to our timeline at all. And shortly after that, I got a note that our package didn't make it on the flight. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just today, maybe it's gonna happen next time, and it just got worse from there. In this moment, I am seriously considering calling the luxury retailer and saying, listen, we really messed up. This isn't gonna happen. I know that you've put some marketing dollars behind this, but we really are going to let you down. We would have probably lost, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, which was everything, our entire capital of the company at the time. So it would have essentially been the end of it. I woke up early the next morning and I figured like, oh, passengers are still flying in and out. I could be a passenger. And I looked up the flights and there was a flight there and then there was a flight back the next day, which meant that I would be on the ground for 4.5 hours after a 12-hour flight. I booked a flight on the way to the airport with no luggage, nothing but my passport, my wallet, and my phone. The flight was on my severely maxed out credit card. It was essentially a miracle that went through. I went straight to the manufacturer, literally had enough time to just put these onesies in, I think it was 3 or 4 suitcases. And because of the accident, there was extra security. So they were checking like main luggage, as in they were opening each individual piece. I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not doing anything illegal, but this is the weirdest single product I could have 4 bags of. So I roll up and they open the bag and the guy like flips over the top and he like gives me this look and like shuts the first bag, pulls the other one up, opens it again. It's another like 400 baby onesies. And he does that 4 times. And honestly, I'm just like dead face just looking at him. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do at that moment. And honestly, the guy didn't really say anything to me. He just like looked at me like, you're a total weirdo, and let me on the flight, and I flew it all back. All these different things had to happen before we could deliver it. So we kind of had an assembly line between us 3. One of us would roll the baby onesie, the other person would put it in the box, the third person was kind of like literally making these boxes, like gluing it together. We actually delivered like 45 minutes before the cancel by date, which felt pretty good that like we weren't even up to the minute. We had like 45 minutes to spare. Starting this company and going through the challenges and kind of the ups and downs that we've started is honestly, what it's taught me the most is focusing on the things that you can control and making sure that you put in the best possible effort. And that's really the biggest reason for success for us.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I have a confession to make. I have failed many, many times, and so have you. And that is why I produced this WTF story, so that you and I could feel a little bit less alone. So if you want to learn more about founders who have overcome their challenges and worked through their failures, Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on our notifications.